All right, welcome. Today we're going to talk about the silent saboteur of our best, most brilliant creative work. And no, it's not a lack of resources, it's not a tight deadline, it's a voice inside our heads. And trust me, learning how to quiet it can change absolutely everything. So let's get right into it. So just think about it for a second. When you feel stuck, creatively blocked, what's the first thing you blame? Is it your tools, that looming deadline? Maybe you even blame your manager, right? But what if the biggest thing standing in your way isn't anything external at all, but something that's right inside your own head? I mean, does this one sound familiar? That little nagging voice that pops up right when you're about to try something new, something risky, and it whispers, "You just don't have what it takes." Or how about this one? The fear of what other people will think. That worry that if you share your idea, you're just going to get laughed at. Man, that is a powerful fear, and it keeps so many amazing ideas locked away forever. And of course, there's the classic comparison trap. You look around at your coworkers, your peers, the people you admire online, and it just feels like everyone else has it figured out, like you're the only one who's struggling. This thought is absolutely paralyzing. So all of these thoughts, they all come from the same place, what we call the inner critic. This is that internal monologue, that voice of self-doubt that totally hijacks our thinking. It is the true source of our creative blocks. And when it's in charge, we end up playing it safe, choosing the average idea, and never really hitting our full, brilliant potential. But here's the thing. This isn't just some fuzzy, abstract feeling or a mindset problem. There is actual science, real neuroscience, behind how this voice physically stops creativity dead in its tracks. Let's take a look at what's actually going on inside our brains. So this neuroscientist, Charles Lim, he did this incredible study. He put jazz musicians and freestyle rappers into an MRI machine while they were improvising. He wanted to see, literally, what does the brain look like when it's in that state of pure creative flow. And what he found was this amazing switch happening inside our skulls. What Lim discovered was wild. During that creative improvisation, a part of the brain called the lateral prefrontal cortex, which is basically our internal editor, the center for self-monitoring and judgment, it goes quiet. It just powers down. And in that exact same moment, the parts of the brain responsible for new ideas and self-expression, they light up like a Christmas tree. It's like a neurological toggle switch. When one is on, the other one has to be off. So this is the big takeaway, the most crucial point. Your brain literally cannot be in a state of self-judgment and a state of creative flow at the exact same time. It's neurologically impossible. One has to go quiet for the other to have a chance. The moment you're not judging yourself, your thinking becomes less inhibited, and boom, that's when the new ideas can finally break through. Okay, so we know how the critic blocks us on a brain level, but why? Where in the world does this voice even come from in the first place? Why do we all seem to have one? Well, let's dive into its origin story. Research suggests the inner critic is basically born from a mix of three things. First, it's fueled by our own personal fears, the stuff we secretly worry is true about ourselves. Second, it's built from the negative feedback we've gotten from other people over the years, from parents, teachers, maybe a boss. And third, it soaks up all the negative messages from society and culture that make us feel like we don't quite fit in. These three streams all flow together to create your own personal, unique inner critic. Now that we know where it comes from, the very first step to getting rid of it is just learning to recognize its voice when it speaks. So we're going to do a really quick exercise. I'm going to show you a few sentences, and all I want you to do is notice what words your mind naturally fills in the blanks with. No judgment, just notice. Okay, let's start with this one. I'm not blank enough. What's the very first word that pops into your head? Is it creative, smart, talented, experienced? Just notice what your brain offers up. All right, next one. I can't do this because I'm not as that as others. This one goes straight for the heart of that comparison trap we talked about. I can't apply for the promotion because I'm not as qualified as the other candidates. Sound familiar? And here's the third one. I shouldn't try this because I haven't done that yet. The voice of qualification. The one that says you need more experience, you need permission, you need some kind of certificate before you can even dare to try. And for the last one, fill in these two blanks. Maybe for you it's, I stay quiet because my ideas are silly. Or, I hesitate because my ideas aren't original enough. See? By filling in these blanks, you're starting to actually hear the specific language your inner critic uses against you. And that awareness, that's the first step to taking all its power away. So just imagine for a second, what would actually happen if that voice was gone? What if you could just tell that self-judgment part of your brain to take a break? Well, the potential that gets unlocked is absolutely enormous. When the critic is silent, yeah, you feel more confident, but it's more than that. You actually start to generate higher quality ideas because you're not shooting them down before they even have a chance. That lets you execute your ideas better. It improves how you work with your team because that creative energy just skyrockets when everyone feels safe. You'll actually find yourself stepping up to new challenges instead of shying away.
Just take a moment and really let this one sink in. Seriously, imagine what you could accomplish. What projects would you finally start? What kind of art would you make? What would you create if that nagging voice of self-doubt just wasn't there?
Because here's the truth. Your best, most innovative, most brilliant ideas are sitting right on the other side of that self-doubt. They're just waiting for you. So the real question isn't whether you're creative enough. The real question is, what will you finally create when you learn to make the critic silent?